I remember it was like my second day of school, I was sitting in math like crying. Like seriously, it was horrible. I did not understand it. I felt like I was just lost. And so I talked to my counselor. I was like, what are my other options here? She was like, what about AMPed? And she's like, it's a new program. You get to build stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, put me in that right now. It changed my life when it came to school.
Tom Moore and Scott Burke from Loveland, Colorado actually started geometry and construction 18 years ago. And it's in over 1,000 schools across the country now. It's contextual math, so learning the context of what we're doing. So geometry and construction, we're learning geometry in the context of building. Algebra manufacturing, and it's the manufacturing process. So entrepreneurship, design, all of that. We learn algebra through that lens. I have kids that want to be engineers. I have kids that have said, this is the only reason I come to school, because I get to learn like this. I have some of my students that have said, like, this has changed how I've thought about what I can do in my future. This is for all kids, and to give kids an opportunity to choose their future is super powerful. Gosh, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. It gives them a chance to not have doors closed for them. That they can truly, like, the sky's the limit.
It's group learning, it is problem solving, and then it's also applying it, because it's not just, all right, can you perform this mathematical computation, but now what does that mean? Where can you actually do that? When you're looking at your house, where do you see these pieces?
Trigonometry, I never thought I'd use trigonometry in my life. You never think, who uses that? But I find like helping, like my parents were currently redoing my house, we're trying to sell it, and I found like we're just redoing stairs and things. Like, you need to know how to do those things, and my mom's like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, I do.
They're engaged because you have to be. You have to be working with your team. They have to be listening, have to be paying attention, but also it's not one way to solve a problem. They're allowed to be creative. They're allowed to find their own solutions.
It's not even necessarily the math you learn, it's the problem-solving skills you build that come with it. Like, okay, if I can't do it this way, what are the 7 other ways I can do it?
I've taken traditional math classes in the past where it's sitting in desks and rows and doing worksheet after worksheet, but this is more interactive. You're in a team like you would be on a job site or in a company or in a business, and you're solving real-world applicable problems.
Asking your team for help on a problem isn't a second choice, it's your first response. And every problem you have to go through it together, check your answers. Oh, I got this, well, I got something different, and then debate about it. I actually do like it when I get problems wrong, because I'm like, oh wow, okay, I didn't know how to do that, and I would never done it that way.
It's just really cool, the diversity of thinking in the groups.
We've done a number of projects with our community. We've built trains that have gone in a couple of parks, that wooden trains for kids to climb on, like a jungle gym kind of thing. We just finished building 10 putt-putt holes because our putt-putt course in town is going to get torn down to build a luxury hotel. And my students were like, there's seriously nothing to do up here, and now they're taking our putt-putt away? So they decided, we're building a course and it's going to go in our city parks, and we're going to have an app. So you can visit our parks and you can keep score on the app, and it's the kids' work. When it's out in our community, visitors will see it.
It put in perspective what it was like to work and have to actually do something, not just, do it for fun. Like, we built a chicken coop, and we had to have it done by a certain time. These chickens needed a place to go.
It feels like knowledge is such a power. You just feel like you're so much smarter once you obtain the knowledge of the math, and then you go to the shop and it seems so easy. It seems like it all clicks,
These programs, they teach you more than math and trades and everything. It teaches you life lessons. Working as a team, that gets you ready for your whole entire life, because after this, you're done and you need those kind of skills, and that's what these programs do.
It should be something that's available for all students in Michigan. You shouldn't have to be tied to a career technical education program to reap those benefits. Use the tools we have, which are those hands-on activities, to get kids to understand the why. We want kids to be able to say, why do I need to know this? And then say, because someday I'm going to have a house, because someday I'm going to drive a car, because someday I'm going to have a paycheck and I need to know how to do my taxes. They need to know the why, and classes like this, like project-based learning, give them the why, because they're actually doing it.